Okay, this is the primitive A-frame. So what we've got going on here is we're just adding on to the existing structure of a lean-to that we had built the day before. So once you get your walls 2 to 3 inches thick, that would represent 2 to 3 feet thick, and you've laid out scaffolding on the other side, you can start to stack it at the bottom and cover up that other wall. So this would be a traditional brush shelter A-frame, just throwing leaves on top of it. Now what I've done is I've put some additional sticks around the back side to give us 3 walls. So let me throw some of this brush on there, and this sawdust is going to represent our leaves. But again, we're just scaling the shelter in inches so that we know how many feet we'll need. And if you start to have brush fall through, as long as it's dry brush, it's okay to have some on the inside as insulation. But it's really best to kind of pile it up at the bottom and build it towards the top. But if you start having too much fall through, you'll need additional sticks along the sides. But now we have a 3-walled A-frame, and it's insulated well depending on the type of brush and how you build it. All right, with warm weather A-frames, you can build a fire inside of them, the ones that have like an attic. And I've seen people use Dakota fire pits in those so that it doesn't catch any of the material on fire, it doesn't dry out the green material, right? Those are more tropical, where you've built like palm fronds for your walls. This one you would not want to build a fire inside because all this material is dry. It's essentially a giant tinder box. You don't want to be inside that because it'll go up quick. You got to be careful how far your fire is away from your shelter because it could catch it on fire. This one is more insulative. So, and you've also got to be careful that your fire's not built inside, especially if you close off the front, because it can use up all the oxygen in there. You don't want carbon monoxide to build up. You don't want any issues related to having a fire too close or near this shelter, because this will provide you enough insulation, especially if you close up that front door. And I'll build another example of more of a warm weather A-frame later on. This is just how you could build off of that traditional lean-to and make an A-frame. So first day you build the lean-to when you don't have a lot of time. Next day you can add on to it, then you kind of build off around it. And it can be quite large inside and give you enough room to set up and stretch out if you want to lay down.